beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about last week's ColourPop collection. This is their latest Star Wars collaboration. This collection is currently available. I'm a little bit behind. You know, I usually like to try to be ahead of the releases, but I just got a whole lot of stuff going on in life right now. It's probably going to be like that for the next just a couple of months. But I'll try my best to stay on top of things, catch up when I can. But stick around to the end and I'll show you some pictures of our new dog, because we adopted a rescue pup and she's so cute. And I'll show you at the end in the bloopers if you want to see pictures of the new doggy. But for now, let's talk about this ColourPop Star Wars collection. Affiliate codes should apply to this collection. If you decide that you want to pick anything up from the Star Wars collection, you should be able to use my affiliate code. It's just my first name, Amanda, and that will save you 10% on most things on the ColourPop site. There are a few exclusions here and there, so just keep an eye on your cart totals. Big thank you to everybody who does choose to support this channel by using my code. Really makes a big difference for me, so thank you. I appreciate you. You're the best. We have quite a few pieces to get through. This is their largest Star Wars collaboration yet, so I want to show you close-ups, swatches, a couple of palette comparisons, and an application demo. That way you can see a bunch of these products in action too. Let's start with lips. We have 2 Luxe glosses. I also wanted to quickly mention that there is a full collection set. You can purchase all 10 pieces from the Star Wars collection in a bundle, and that's priced at $105. And this collection is already available at Ulta, so if you have access to Ulta, you can find these pieces there as well. Now, there are 2 Luxe glosses here. You can see they're priced at $9 US a piece. They have special packaging inside and out. The packaging is on point for all of the pieces in this collection. There's a lot of very intergalactic, holographic, starry. It's just very cool. I love the direction that they went with this. It's definitely leaning more towards the original, more sort of retro Star Wars aesthetic, which I think is cool because they've already done the cuter cartoon thing with the Mandalorian palette. So I like this new take. However, the Luxe glosses here are the same shape and size, same scent, same formula, same applicator that we've seen on the previous Luxe glosses, just new packaging and these 2 new colors. I think this purple shimmery gloss called Elite is probably the best lip product in the entire collection, and that's saying something because there are Luxe lipsticks, but I do think that these are really cool, and with the shimmery finish, they really fit the whole theme, and I just like the way that these 2 Luxe glosses work in this collection. They're just really fun and they fit in well. There are also 3 Luxe lipsticks in this collection. I love the cream Luxe lipstick, so I'm really excited to see these. There's also some Jelly Much shadows. I'm excited to see those back. It's been a minute since we've seen some of these formulas, so very excited to see 3 new cream Luxe lipsticks in this collection. The Luxe lipsticks are priced at $10 US a piece, and I do sort of have mixed feelings about these lipsticks in this particular collection, because I feel like they don't fit the theme quite as well as the Luxe glosses. It's kind of strange to me because they have these really cool packaging. They're very Darth Vader themed. Even the names are very Darth Vader themed. But then they end up being these sort of more basic colors. So for me, they just don't fit the theme as well, and they don't feel as fresh and exciting. These do sort of feel like the same types of colors that we've seen reiterated in not only the permanent release type of lines, but also in their special collections. It just doesn't quite make sense to me why a lighter peachy nude is named Dark Lord. I just don't quite understand. If they were gonna go for the Luxe lipsticks, which again, I love this formula, I love seeing new Luxe lipsticks come out, I wish that they had gone a little bit more edgy with the colors, a little bit darker, maybe something like a deep purple, a deep blue. It just something else. These feel a little too basic within this collection that's very deep and sparkly, and I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it here. They're not bad. I mean, I love the Luxe lipstick formula. I love the packaging. I think these are really cool. They're just not quite hitting the right mark for me as far as fitting in with this entire collection. But, you know, maybe you don't care about that. That's fine too. Now moving on to eyes, we have these two eyeliners. These are the GRAPHIX ink liners. The GRAPHIX ink liners are priced at $10 US a piece, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. If you know me, you know I'm not a big eyeliner girl. I am definitely not a big liquid liner girl. It's just not in my personal style, and also I'm no good at applying them. But this is so cool. I love that they have this lightsaber packaging on the outer box. I think these fit so well into this theme. I love the idea of these deep metallic liners within the context of a Star Wars collection. This is so on point for me. This is interesting. It's definitely something different. I'm just demonstrating here how you twist these open, and then there's this little fine detail brush applicator. This is the color that inspired my nail choice, and I want to show you what these look like live in action, because once you do the first initial application, you lose some of that metallic oomph. So this is something that you definitely want to take your time with, and you'll probably have to dip back in a little bit and work to keep that nice built up metallic look. But these are so cool. This is coming from a not eyeliner wearing type of gal. These are awesome. I was so afraid that they were discontinuing this product altogether. I'm very excited to see 2 new Jelly Much shadows in this collection. These definitely are the droids I was looking for. I am so excited to see these Jelly Much shadows re-emerging in this collection. I do think that this is the perfect product to fit in this Star Wars release. Again, packaging is incredible. I love seeing the very literal characters from the movies on here, and all of this flows together so well. Now, if you're somebody who has never used one of the Jelly Much shadows, first of all, you're going to see me apply these later on in the demo portion of the video, but I do have a whole video called Jelly Much 101 to tell you all about how to use these, different ways to apply them, how to revive them if they start to dry out. A big thing is these come with a screw top, but they also have a little stopper inside, which I'm going to show you here. Do not toss the stopper. Keep this in. It helps to retain the moisture to keep that jelly consistency that this product needs. It is. So definitely don't toss your stoppers, and don't toss your Jelly Much. If they dry up, you can bring them back to life. I'll link that video down in the description box for you. You can check that out if you have any more questions about this really awesome Jelly Much formula. These are another one of my top picks from this collection. We have a beautiful gold and a really cool bluish silver color. These are a sparkly finish, a really dynamic formula. Again, just perfectly fits in with the theming, works well with the other products. Love these, top-notch part of this release for me. And of course, we have a pressed powder palette. This is a 15 pan palette. It does have the smaller eyeshadow pans, and there's a lot to see in here, lots of different textures. Let's take a close-up look at this Star Wars palette now. Classic retro Star Wars illustration here on the cover. You can really tell that the colors throughout this collection are derived from this artwork. It works so well with the starry type of background that we've seen throughout all the different packaging. When you look on the back here on the box, you have the ingredients list. You will not see the ingredients listed on the back of the actual palette. And then when you take a closer look here, it's a little bit difficult to tell. There are some eye safety warning shades here, but it's a little hard to pick out the warning asterisk from this starry background. So you really have to give it a good look to pick out which shades need to be patch tested. Then the palette itself doesn't have that colorful illustration. It's just the Star Wars logo on the starry space background. Same type of layout on the back. Again, there's just no ingredients list, but the shade names are a little bit larger. So for me, it was a little bit easier to spot the eye safety warning little asterisk. If you have no idea what that's about, I'll link a video for you to watch about patch testing if you're curious what the heck I'm talking about there. Now, when we take a look inside this palette, there is no mirror. We just see that same illustration from the outer carton. This is a heavy-duty cardboard palette packaging with a magnetic closure, and here you see all 15 shades with each shade name inside next to the eyeshadow pans. These are the 26mm pans, and we have a variety of finishes in here. Here is, before I swatched it, one of the Super Shock tie-dye finish shadows. I wanted to make sure I got this on camera before I went in and swatched it because that's what it looks like after it gets swatched. So there are 3 Super Shock shadows, 2 of which are the tie-dye finish. And then the very first shade in the palette is also a Super Shock. Then there are 6 true mattes, 1 matte with glitter, and then 5 shimmer shades. Now, I think these are laid out in little vertical trios, so that's how I'm going to swatch them. I do find them to be most aesthetically pleasing that way, and I like to look at these as little 6 or 9 pans grouped together with that center row kind of switching back and forth as the most neutral row. So if you have trouble using this palette, that's a really good way to approach it. Of course, you can mix and match however you feel works best for your look that day, but I do find breaking up a palette in this way can make it a little bit more approachable if you're feeling overwhelmed by the layout or the colors inside. Now here's a close-up look at the swatches of this palette. As usual, I have the finger swatches on top and then each corresponding brush swatch below. These are done just on my bare arm, no primer first. I don't use a dampened brush. I use the same flat eyeshadow brush for all of these swatches. That way we get a really consistent look at the formula here, and it does seem to be a very standard performance, very high performing shadows across the board for what I expect from a ColourPop palette. I do want to give you just a couple of palette comparisons. This is a pretty unique color story, although I did find some surprising comparisons for you. In my opinion, for a collection like this, I don't think comparisons are really the tipping point for purchasing. I'm sure they are for some, but overall, either you are a Star Wars fan and you love this and this is what you've been waiting for and loving, and comparisons won't matter if you had 100 dupable palettes. But I did want to give you just a few comparisons and then I'll show you an eyeshadow tutorial. This So Jaded palette comparison is absolutely so shocking to me. I was not expecting to have this as the absolute best match from just the handful of palettes that I pulled, but I like to try to get a mega palette because they tend to have a pretty darn good track record as far as comparisons for me. And you can see here, these are crazy similar, especially the second round of swatches from this palette. I also had quite a few requests for the Darth Vader palette on my Instagram post. This one's not quite as surprising to me because I think you can tell just by looking at the shades in these palettes that there is a pretty similar color story going on here. Not exactly tons of dupes, but not a crazy divergence of shades here either. The last one that a few people requested and I was curious about myself is the Nightmare Before Christmas palette. And while I do think these have a sort of similar vibe color story wise, Not a ton of overlap, maybe that center matte shade there, but overall I think these could be really fun companion palettes, and I think you could get a lot of great Halloween looks from these two. Next, I want to show you a quick application demo using a couple of these products for the look that I'm wearing today. And as we go along, I will just wrap up my thoughts on this collection along the way. That way you can get my review and see the product performance at the same time. So let's check out how I got this look that I'm wearing today. Because there are no cheek products in this collection, I decided to use this Jelly Much shadow called Protocol as my highlighter today. And I think this worked really, really well. I've actually never worn a Jelly Much shadow on my face before, and I think this looks so pretty. I will definitely be attempting this again. This jelly formula blends so well into the skin, and you could go way more dramatic with this if you wanted to, but just a little tap on the top of the cheekbones was really pretty and glowy and just what I was looking for. So just another reason why the Jelly Much shadows are my favorite pieces in this collection. I think the formula is so fun, it's so different, and it's definitely a really dynamic type of product. As you saw here, you can wear it not only on your eyes, but on the face. You could put this on your collarbones or elsewhere on the body if you wanted some body shimmer. I love the Jelly Much shadows. I really, really wish that instead of the 3 Luxe lipstick shades that we got, we had maybe 1 or 2 more funky Luxe lipstick shades and then 1 or 2 more Jelly Much shadows in this collection. I think that would have fit the theme, and I think that would have just been a little bit more fun, more out of the box, and a really cool addition to this collection. I already mentioned previously that I think the Luxe glosses are more interesting to me than the Luxe lipsticks, just in the context of a Star Wars release. I love the Cream Luxe lipsticks. It's one of my favorite lipstick formulas of all time. That's no exaggeration. I think they are fantastic formula-wise. I just think the colors are a little bit of an odd choice here. And I know that they always have to do some safer pieces in each release because not everybody wants crazy, out there, different, weird stuff all the time. But I kind of feel like they release so much. They literally release something every single week that they could roll the dice on something a little bit more funky every now and then. And this would have been the perfect opportunity, in my very humble opinion. So I love the Luxe glosses for this collection. I also love the liners for this collection, even though it's not a product that I'm personally drawn towards using. I just think it's a really interesting, fun part of this release, and I know a lot of people are going to love it and come out with some really awesome metallic liner looks. The palette is pretty good for me. It's not my favorite palette of all time, but I like that we're getting all these different textures. The color combinations are fun. They fit really well with the illustrations that they chose. So overall, it feels very representative of the theme. It feels pretty unique in the ColourPop palette family. So I would say it's sort of middle of the pack. It doesn't underperform or anything. I just think that some of these other pieces are a little bit more exciting. Overall, a really fun, on point collaboration. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this collection. Are you interested? Did you already pick this up when it dropped last week? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! This is their largest Star Wars Look, I wore some space moons and stars earrings for my Star Wars video. Get it? There's little blue stars, so they match my eyeshadow and they match my nails, and my nails match the packaging. We've got a whole theme going. I can't pay attention. Pay attention. Okay. These are the graphic ink. Nailed it. I almost forgot my own outro. Oh, I forgot this part. Okay, go add it in. Why am I so bad at this still after all these years? My husband just brought me some lunch down to my office, so we gotta wrap this up because it looks pretty good. Here are your puppy photos. Well, dog photos. She's not a puppy. They think she's about 2 or 3 years old. This is Magnolia, and we call her Maggie for short. She's settling in pretty nicely. As you can see, she's a couch potato queen, which I relate to, and she's figuring out how to be a dog in a house with a family. So she's pretty awesome. We love her, and she's really cute and sweet and snuggly, and yeah, that's Maggie. Weird. You're a weirdo. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna do lip swatches because sometimes people get mad if you don't do lip swatches. Well, not you. I mean, I'm sure they'll be fine if you don't do them, but they might get mad at me if I don't do them. Okay, good talk. My new aesthetic is literally just cream blush and a lot of eyeshadow. A little brow gel. Why would that be the name of this? That is so weird. Like, do you look at this and think, oh, Dark Lord for sure? I think they should have done just this gloss, a super dark purple Luxe lipstick, and then more Jelly Mush shadows. It's just me. Just one gal's opinion. Pretty proud of myself for that. And I hope that this video is helpful even though it's late. I'm pretty sure some of the stuff's sold out now. They might restock it though. I mean, they put it in Ulta, so you never know. They've been keeping these Star Wars collabs around for a while. So, fingers crossed for that. And thanks for watching, and I hope that you have a pretty good or a magical, wonderful day. And if you didn't have a pretty good or magical, wonderful day, then I hope that seeing pictures of my dog cheered you up a little bit, because dogs always cheer me up. Okay, love your face. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.